Before we get very far into our next story, we do have a warning for you tonight. What you're about to see and hear may not be suitable for children. Tonight, take a walk in their world.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Transpicuous News. I got something that just swung by, came to my attention, and I can't leave it alone. The idiocy is so big and so tall that I just had to quickly spread my views on this just a bit. Okay, are you ready for this? This is one of those things that goes into the realms of crazy, the likes of which, I don't know, folks. Ready for this? A U.S. court has said that the USS Reagan crew, as in a Navy crew members from the USS Reagan, can sue a Japanese company over Fukushima nuclear disaster. Just bear with me for a second on this, because this is super interesting. A federal appeals court has ruled that members of the U.S. Navy can now, in a U.S. court, pursue their lawsuit, which alleges that they were exposed to radiation while providing aid after the nuclear crisis in Fukushima, Japan. The appeals court ruled in favor of sailors who were exposed to dangerous levels of radiation while providing humanitarian aid after the earthquake, blah, 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 blah. The ruling allows sailors who were aboard the ship at the time to pursue their lawsuit against the state-owned Tokyo Electric Power Company for misrepresented radiation levels in the surrounding air and water. The lawsuit alleges that TEPCO misled them to the extent of the radiation risk and the leaks. I has questions, and I'm pretty sure you do too. So first off would be number one. The sailors are in the U.S. Navy, and they were ordered to go to Japan to provide humanitarian aid. They didn't up and choose to go themselves. They were ordered to go there. So shouldn't their lawsuit be against the commanding officers who ordered them to go to Japan to provide humanitarian aid? Like, they were under orders to go, so it just seems to me that the people they should be suing is the ones who gave them the orders to go. Secondly, does the U.S. military not have a Geiger counter? You tell me with all that fancy-dancy shit they got in DARPA that they don't have a fucking Geiger counter that could have given them an accurate measurement of what the radiation leak was before they sent people in there? And thirdly, and we've talked about this a lot in the past, how is it that a U.S. court has the ability to rule that someone can sue a company in a completely different country? And on what authority do they have grounds to even come up with this lawsuit? Like, on what authority is it that the U.S. federal court has, or thinks that they have, that they're allowed to sue companies in other nations? I do believe that the way it works is, if you want to sue a company, i.e., if I get a defective product and it's come from Holland. It comes from the Netherlands. I would have to go to the Netherlands to sue the company in the Netherlands. I can't just launch a lawsuit from, I don't know, fucking Kalamazoo in some local fucking court against a Dutch conglomerate. It doesn't work that way. Because apparently in the States it does. Apparently in the States it does. I cannot even fathom how any thinking person can look at this and not go, what the fuck? I can't even fathom how any court could look at this and go, yeah, we're going to let you sue that foreign corporation when your bosses ordered you to go. And if they turned it down and said, no, it's too dangerous, radiation, I want to see the radiation studies, they'd have got thrown in the fucking brig for going AWOL. So who's responsible for sending the men to Japan? The US government was. Pentagon was. The head of the Navy. That's who's responsible. So now they're going to sue a company over this. Plus, they're going to sue every other company that had anything to do with the manufacture of this plant. Okay, you can get this. This is the quote. These members of the United States Navy deserve their day in court and will get it, Edwards said. That would be Senator Edwards? Yeah, doofus. These American heroes served the United States and were innocent victims in a nuclear disaster that never should have happened. Oh God, there's so much in that we could just even dig into, like who actually caused it. Oh, who made the fucking core that melted down? Oh, General Electric, American fucking company, who they've known since the 70s that model of core was fucked. So an American company is one who's responsible for, really. But I digress. This case has broad U.S. interests because both our nations' long-standing relationships with Japan and because plaintiffs in this case are members of the U.S. military who were harmed on a humanitarian mission that they were ordered to go do by the U.S. government, who didn't supply any Geiger counters. No Geiger counters. Yeah. Who didn't supply them with any medical aid to prevent radiation poisoning. Yeah. And let's us not even we forget or not even go into Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And I don't see the US paying out, billions and billions or if not trillions of dollars to Japan's people over that little one. So, yeah. Asinineness to the highest fucking order. There are no words. Well, folks, we asked for transparency. And apparently we're getting transparency. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, except that the entire thing is so ludicrous as to be beyond belief. But it also kind of spotlights the idiocracy of the American judicial system. There you go. Anyways, that's me. I'm signing out again. I'll be back later. Bye, guys.